Well, hello everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope your week's off to a good start. It is an absolutely beautiful day here in South Alabama. The temperatures aren't quite as warm as it was. It's going to be about 74 today with sunny blue skies. Feels great outside. But I still can't wait to get back down to the tropics where it's just sweaty. I just want to eat fruit and sweat. Anyhow, today I want to talk about raw food diet, weight loss, reality. People need a big dose of that, especially when it comes to weight loss. I do videos every day, so if you haven't already done it, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button now, then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. I probably don't have a single day, even days when I'm not on Facebook or on social media that much, where I don't at least do one palm plant or two during the day when I read something about this raw food diet and weight loss. Stop with the magic, stop with the voodoo, stop with the woo-woo, stop with all this faulty logic out there. You know, it's a simple message. I think it's just so simple. People don't want to hear that. They want tricks. They want some sort of magic. There is no trick. There is no magic. All the stuff that a lot of this movement's been saying about the healing and this, your body's going to change, first you have to do this to get to there, is a bunch of hoo-ha for the most part. I get questions all the time, and by the way, I'm sipping on a monster green smoothie with a lot more in the blender in there. I get questions asked. Here's one I get asked right now. We'll start off with this. Well, I can't lose weight if I drink smoothies. Why? Think about that. Before you even ask that again, or before you even say, well, what's he going to say? Think about it yourself. You can figure that out if you just apply a little bit of common sense. A smoothie's not some sort of, I don't know, it's not some sort of magic concoction that all of a sudden increases the calories of the contents in it. Calories in, calories out count. I don't care about all this stuff you've been told. Calories count. Recently, you know, going back to the beach, I'm like, all right, I've just been eating and lifting since I got here to the States, so I want to start leaning out a little bit, be able to see a little bit of the six-pack action going on, although I'm getting older. I don't know if it'll be a full six-pack or a four-pack, but anyhow, you know what I mean. Just want to lean out, kind of get beach ready. So I've been cutting back a little bit, dabbling a little bit with that. And I can give you some things just from what I've seen. I've dropped weight and I drink smoothies every day. I have at least one green smoothie every day, and it always has probably, let's average it out. This one probably has like 9 bananas. It always has 8 bananas in there. It usually has 8 bananas, a whole bunch of spinach, spirulina, and cacao. All right, what have I been doing for dinner too? I've been eating the biggest thing of nice cream that you could even imagine in this same old cup. I drink out of the same cup. I have the top off, and I usually have the nice cream piled up to here. So every day there's one of these, and recently I've just been on a kick of eating banana ice cream for dinner. So there's been probably 9 bananas worth of banana ice cream at night, 9 to 10. So right there you got, what, you're up in the 17, 18, 19 range on bananas. What I eat in between, I'll usually have, for the past month or so, I've been fortunate getting oranges. Although not the cara anymore, I usually have 32 ounces of orange juice. Now, one thing I've noticed, I noticed this last week, I kind of got it, you know, that green soup that I made, I really got a taste for that, and I've made it 3 or 4 times. And what I've noticed is that was replacing something else, another banana meal. So what I noticed is once I started doing that, in other words, I think I've told you guys before, sometimes when I'm trying to lean out, I get on the scale every day. I know, I tell people don't do that so you don't just obsess about weight, but I got a doctor scale here in my room. So I get on it every day just to kind of see. It's just an observation thing. I don't get on and go, oh my God, I got to go do this. It just kind of reinforces these things I'm telling you about calories in, calories out. Okay, well, for a while there, I was just, you know, eating pretty much the same. But once I got rid of another banana meal, like for a while I was having like this big smoothie. I would have another like medium smoothie, and then banana and ice cream at night or some other fruit added in there. But the point being is I can totally see on the scale when I'm adjusting the amount that's going into my body. And, you know, actually for a few days there, I said, okay, you got to put a little bit more of a replacement meal back in there, because I'd get on the scale one day and I'd have to keep, oh shit, I went down a little bit. Then the next day, go down. And then I add some more the next day and the next day, and tick, tick, it balances us out. There's a listen, the best thing you can ever do for yourself, and I can't tell you, don't task me how much you should be eating. I don't know you, I'm not you. But when you find that set point for your eating that fits with your body size and your activity level and maybe the rate that you burn food, when you find that number, and I don't have an exact number, it's just I kind of know what I'm eating, I know the volume. When you find where that point is where you don't gain or you lose weight, and you really get solid, and you know that's the point where you stay the same, you don't gain, you don't lose, man, you can manipulate your weight just by will. I can go up and down just because that's so easy. And I've accepted a simple, easy truth, and I haven't tried to make this complicated. Everybody wants to think they're the exception out there. Well, exceptions are exceptions for a reason. There's rules. And that doesn't mean that everybody fits within the rules, but there's a rule because, yeah, the rule is a general, and the rule applies to most people. So chances are, not everybody that I see during my days that are claiming to be exceptions with their hormonal problems, with their thyroid issues, with their metabolic damage, with their absorption, with all these other little esoteric woo-woo type words out there that we've come to be familiar with in this lifestyle. To the most point, it's basically simple science. In, out, in, out. And until you really get that through your head, you're never going to lose the weight or stay at a steady weight. Listen, more or less, unless I'm trying to gain weight, which I came here to do last year, I've stayed steady for the longest time I've ever stayed steady on weight. I've been able, you know, there haven't been these huge swings. And I don't even get that within the raw food community when people tell me, oh, well, I've put up. And once again, this isn't judging what the weight is. This is about the process. If you want to lose, if you want to gain, just the facts of it. But I even talk to people I know well that are that they seem to have this fluctuation. Oh, well, I've been eating, I've got to lose some weight or whatever. And I'm like, well, mine stays within like this very little narrow range. It bounces up and down. I mean, this is the longest I've ever maintained the weight that I wanted to maintain in my whole life at almost 54 years old. So I hope that this wasn't sort of, well, I know technically it wasn't, but hope it wasn't sort of clickbait for you. I hope nobody was coming in here waiting for some more of that magical bullshit that you hear on most of the weight loss stuff within the raw food, raw vegan community, and that it was just going to be some common sense approach. Pretty much, and I say this, I'll say this over and over, I need to make a t-shirt for that. Common sense will solve most things. Common sense will solve most things. So what does that say? The people that can't solve anything, do they tend to not have a lot of common sense? I don't know. You be the judge on that. But yeah, it's about the calories in, calories out. I do notice that, but it's probably still calories in, calories out. I was going to say, I noticed that, you know, when I'm eating more fat, yeah, I tend to put on a little bit more weight, but sometimes it's just about not adjusting the calories. If the fat itself is not going to cause you to gain the weight, it's the fat in proportion to the calorie of your overall calories. And yes, if you're eating, you know, too much of the fat, because fat tends to have, you know, the avocados, the coconuts, the nuts, the seeds, the calories tend to add up a lot quicker and can get out of control, and you forget about them, or nut butters or whatever. So it is a lot, it is a lot simpler for me, I find, when I'm not, you know, eating much overt fat. But it's calories in, calories out. I can manipulate it up and down any day of the week. And most of you can too. Once again, I'll finish off with the disclaimer. I'm not saying that there are people that don't have thyroid issues. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I'm not saying that there aren't hormonal issues out there which prevent people from losing weight or cause them to gain weight. Not saying that does not exist. I'm not saying other people don't have metabolic damage or some of the other things. What I'm saying is, though, is like I say, that's the exception. That's very small numbers. If you're in a group and the majority of the group is telling you these exceptions, well, that's statistically impossible. I guess it's not impossible, but it would be a huge anomaly to have a group that has, say you got a Facebook group of 20,000 people and half of them are saying they can't lose weight. No. You're just, the devil is in the details. You're not paying attention to some of the things you're eating, or you're forgetting some of the things you're eating, because on this lifestyle, on a plant-based lifestyle, on a clean, it's not even about the raw, I'll finish with this, on a clean, whole food, low-fat, plant-based lifestyle without the oils, probably without eating salt, because even though that's not real weight, that will tend to hold that water weight. Without those things, a plant-based diet, it's almost, I don't see how you cannot lose the weight, how you cannot maintain a healthy weight. It's just, I didn't have the great metabolism. I was a fat kid. I was I was heavy. I wouldn't say I was overweight after, say, high school, but I was a big kind of bulky guy. I'd get a little chunky at times, and it never was easy for me to lose weight. Plant-based diet, bam. So anyhow, look for the simple. Look for the simple with anything when you're trying to solve problems. But definitely with this, if you're not losing weight, look at really, and I don't know anything about chronometer. People ask me about that all the time. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I don't know anything about it. That's it. It's called ignorance. Ignorance is just not knowing. So that's not my thing. I just kind of do it, like I say, I just eat one day. Doesn't matter the calories. If I eat, I kind of just figure out what that set point is for me by taking a little bit of weight, adding a little bit back in. But anyhow, may not sound all that organized or very efficient, or okay, well, but you don't have a program for us to follow where you do this on day one and you do this for lunch and you have a little plan and all that, blah, 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 blah. I'm Jack. I don't do things like that. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.